Evening, YouTubers. I'm coming to you today with actually sort of like a mix between like a motivational audio or recording, but also like real life, right? I feel like many times we try to prep ourselves and we try to get makeup on and we try to cover our face so that we look good and we want to present our best selves. But I'm coming to you today as real as it can be, right? As crazy as I look right now, I'm coming to you today because I have a message that I cannot go to sleep on. It's currently 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and most of you guys probably know from watching videos or just following me on social media, things I talk about. I am a grandma, so I go to bed, I try to get in bed by like 8:30, 9 o'clock. But today I'm up. I'm up because there's something on my mind and it's so heavy, and I knew immediately I could not go to sleep without sharing it with y'all. Anyways, today I had the unfortunate experience of going to a funeral for a family friend, somebody who died suddenly. We don't really have a lot of answers about it. Um, but her death really awakened my eyes to the fact that, and we all know it, life is short. Life is extremely short. The Bible says life is nothing but a vapor. And so many times we are taking advantage of life. We are walking through life and saying, tomorrow I'll do this, or later I'll do this. We don't even know if later is promised, right? But we just assume that we have all of this time and it's never promised. It doesn't matter if you're 12. It doesn't matter if you're 22. It doesn't matter if you're 42. It doesn't matter if you're 92. You never know when your time is coming. So stop putting things off. Today, the pastor who was preaching at the repast, we actually had like a preacher at the repast. She shared a testimony about a guy who had almost committed suicide. And as he was considering committing suicide, he realized that he did not want to die empty. For some reason, this message came to his head and he said, I don't want to die empty. I don't want to die with nothing. See, we all have a purpose when we're put here on earth. We all have something that we're supposed to feel. We all have a story or a message or somebody we're supposed to reach or something that we're supposed to get out. But somehow we let life get in the way and we say tomorrow, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not sure if that's my calling. We push these things off and we don't really know if it'll ever come. Anyways, this guy, as he was sitting there hanging his own rope, he's thinking, I have a story. I have something I'm supposed to share, and there's something more that I'm supposed to do. And he decided in that moment that he wasn't going to die empty. And so that was her plea to us today. Don't die empty. To die empty. I'm sorry. I apologize. To die empty. Don't die with wishes that you never, had come true. Don't die with a goal list that you never reached. Don't die never doing something that you said that you were always going to do. Do those things. Stop waiting and putting things off. I know for me personally, probably 5 years ago, I had somebody speak and tell me that I had a story that I needed to share. And I kept saying in that day, oh, you know what? I'm gonna write a book, or oh, I'm gonna start speaking more about my testimony, or I'm gonna start sharing and talking to people. But I blew it off out of insecurity. And I could have missed an opportunity to reach you. And I thank God I didn't. I thank God that I had an opportunity to write my book and to have this YouTube channel and plenty of social media platforms and my website to be able to speak messages and share messages with you guys, because I do believe that what I have to offer is valuable. I do know that what I'm sharing is adding value to your life and it's benefiting you and it's increasing your knowledge base. And so my plea to you today is stop putting things off for tomorrow, because tomorrow is never promised. We never know if tomorrow will come. We never know if we'll have time to accomplish those goals. That thing that you said that you've been wanting to do for 5 years, start it today. Make it happen as soon as possible. Don't wait for the right time, because honestly, there never is going to be a perfect time for anything. There's never a perfect time to have a kid, never a perfect time to get married, never a perfect time to start a business, never a perfect time to write a book, never a perfect time to lose weight. There's never a perfect time. Stop waiting for it. And just do what it is that you said that you were set out to do. Do what it is that you said that you wanted to do. Okay? Don't wait for that moment. I want you to think of this question. It's one of my favorite questions. And this is actually one of the reasons that I started my business. One of the reasons I wrote my book. One of the reasons I bought my house. One of the reasons I've done a lot of the things. But ask yourself this question. What would you do today if you knew that you could not fail? Would you quit your job? Would you travel to Paris? Would you have a child? Would you start a business? Would you write your book? What would you do today if you knew 100% that you did not have an opportunity to fail? And I want you to remember that failure is relative. Take a minute and just think about, what does that failure look like? So if I quit my job, what really is failure? Oh, I start a new job. Oh, maybe I have success with the business. Maybe I don't have success with the business, but I learned all of these things. What does failure look like? See, a lot of times we view failure in this extreme sense. Like, if I quit my job, I'm going to be homeless. I'm not going to have anywhere to live. My kids are going to starve, and we're going to have no clothes, and we're going to wear the same clothes every day. That is an extreme sense of failure, right? 9 times out of 10, we're not going to fail that bad. We may fall on our face, but I'm a firm believer that you're supposed to fail forward. You fall on your face, you pick yourself back up, you learn from it, you keep moving forward. That's failing forward at its finest. Failure really happens when you fall on the ground and you don't pick yourself back up. You're not learning from that mistake and you're continuing to repeat it. You're not realizing how you can implement what you learned into your life to inform your future decisions. Okay? So stop being so scared of failure because we don't know if tomorrow is promised. And so many of you are holding so tight to this possibility of failure, and you're holding so tight to this someday concept that's not even real, instead of continuing to move forward and instead of making those steps to go forward and to accomplish those things that you set out to accomplish. So I want you to take one moment today, at the end of this video, write down all of the things that you would do today if you knew that you could not fail. And I want you to do one thing each day that scares you. That's real success to me. It's easy to go with the flow. It's easy to like fit in. It's easy to make things comfortable, right? It's easy to stay in your comfort zone. But when you push past that and you do one thing each day that pushes you outside of that zone, that is success at its finest. And that's what I'm asking for you today. I want you to identify those things that scare you. Okay? I want you to identify what you would do if you weren't scared or fearful. And I want you to do one thing today that pushes you outside of that and pushes you one step closer to your goal. I promise it'll make a world of difference. I didn't mean this video to be sad or upsetting, but I knew, like, I literally was sitting down on my couch in the moment I came in, and I'm just reading through stuff and I'm processing everything that happened today. And I just said, it needs to be said. Despite what it may come off like, somebody needs to hear this message, because there is somebody somewhere who has a goal that that's been put to the wayside for every excuse. They're waiting for the right time. They're waiting for someday. Something's gotten in the way. They have all of these things, but they're not accomplishing their goal because they're just waiting. They're making all of these excuses, and I don't want that for you. I want you to accomplish your goal. I want you to say that you lived a full life. I want you to say that everything that you had on your to-do list, or your bucket list, as some people call it, was checked off. I want you to say that what you set out to do for the day, you accomplished. I want you to say that every single day you did something that scared you, but it made you that much closer to your goal. I want all of those things for you, but you have to want them for yourself. So I ask today that you make a step forward in the right direction. If you fail, keep failing forward. If you fall, get back up. Just keep moving forward. That's real success. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Be blessed.